So, what happened at EA's game studios? Start with the headline. Electronic Arts agreed to a massive take-private deal led by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund alongside Silver Lake and Affinity Partners. New owners, new debt, new pressure. Everything else in 2025 orbits that decision. Then the chain reaction. Dragon Age, The Veilguard underperformed versus internal targets, and BioWare shrank. The studio kept a smaller core team on the next Mass Effect, while veteran writers and producers exited. Inside, morale slipped. Outside, fans read the tea leaves. If Mass Effect doesn't hit, BioWare's future could get very small, very fast. The superhero that wasn't. EA closed Cliffhanger Games and canceled its single-player Black Panther project after roughly 2 years of work. The message to teams was clear. Resources moved to biggest opportunities, meaning fewer risky narrative bets and more money behind known earners. For players, it reinforced an old fear. When budgets tighten, ambitious single-player projects are first on the chopping block. Sports stumbled. EA Sports FC's second year under the new brand met colder reviews and softer spending in Ultimate Team. Patches helped, promos helped, but the signal was blunt. Annual sports can't coast on name changes and new card drops. If gameplay and modes don't evolve, players hang back a season or two, and that dents the recurring revenue leadership expects. The shooter bet. Battlefield 6 is designed to be the confidence restore. EA aligned multiple studios under a shared Battlefield Studios umbrella, teased crowd pleasers in the reveal, and promised a cleaner launch slate. Core features at day one, a transparent live service roadmap, and destruction that looks like Battlefield again. If it lands, it buys EA time and goodwill across a skeptical FPS community. Why the buyout matters. Going private can shield longer bets from quarter-to-quarter panic. But a leveraged deal usually hunts efficiencies, tighter headcounts, fewer experiments, and heavier focus on titles that monetize year-round, sports, shooters, and proven live service pillars. That's why the community is split. Optimists say private EA can invest in quality without chasing every quarter's spike. Cynics expect stricter spreadsheets, more cancellations, and a narrower slate that leans into what sells fastest. The culture questions. Sovereign wealth ownership raises eyebrows. Fans worry about creative risk tolerance. Devs worry about the next round of reorgs. Critics watch for self-censorship around sensitive themes. Leadership says business as usual, but trust now depends on what actually ships and how aggressively it's monetized. Zoom out. How did EA get here? A few compounding choices. First, live service success trained budgets to favor recurring spend over fresh design risk. Second, an annualized sports cadence made true leap years rare. Third, a couple of tentpoles, an RPG and a flagship sports entry, underperformed at the same time the industry tightened. That combo set up the studio cuts, the portfolio refocus, and ultimately made a mega deal appealing to the board. What to watch next? BioWare, hiring stability on Mass Effect, and whether Dragon Age gets meaningful post-launch support or goes dormant. Battlefield, launch stability, day one completeness, month one retention, and a season one that adds, not just fixes. EA Sports, real gameplay upgrades in FC and Madden versus cosmetic churn, clean NIL handling for college football. Live service, Apex momentum and The Sims plans, sustainable growth or a squeeze. Portfolio balance, any new single-player green lights or a retreat to guns and football only. Community temperature, sports fans want innovation before monetization. RPG fans want proof EA still believes in narrative without treating it like a cost center. Shooter fans want a Battlefield that launches ready, not we'll fix it in Season 3. Meet those three groups where they are, and sentiment flips fast. Miss them, and backlash compounds. So, what happened at EA's game studios? A run of underperformance triggered consolidation. Then a high-stakes ownership change raised the bar. BioWare contracted after a soft launch. A Marvel project was axed, sports stumbled, and EA rallied resources around Battlefield and EA Sports, while moving into a tighter, results-driven future under private ownership.